Here we are on part 3 of chapter 11. Now here we're going to use data on the array worksheet to identify unique store locations. So let's jump over to the array sheet. I'm going to zoom in, and here I'm going to go over to the formula tab, and I'm going to grab a lookup function. So the one I'm going to use next is a unique function, because I want to look at what are the unique stores out of this list. I don't want to duplicate them. So up here in H3, look up, come down to unique. What is my array? Now I'm not going to select the header. I'm going to look here. It says city and state. So that means here's city, here's state. I only need C and D. So I'll go from C3 down to D23. That should match the city and state. I don't need the entire table. Click OK. I have what city is unique and what state is unique. Let's click down here in H16. We're going to use a unique again, but this time it looks like we're only going to pick stores that have only been open for 1 week. So look up, go down to unique. I'm going to use the same area. So C3 down to D23. And this one, I want to select the exactly once box and type in true and click OK. So Rapid City, South Dakota was the only store that was open only for 1 week. Now what we're going to do is we're going to count how many rows of data we have. I'm going to click in A3 and I'm going to use the row command. So I'll go to lookup, come down to row, and I will select the area, including the cell that I'm on, the area here that have rows. So each one of these records, I'm going to find out how many is there, and I'll say OK. Notice it started with 3. Why? Because A1, A2, we're in A3, so it starts at A3. Well, I need to manipulate my data just a little bit. Let's click behind our row. I'll go subtract, and I'm going to use that row command again. So row, and which do I want to subtract? I want to subtract everything that is above my starting position. So I'm going to select A2. I'll make that a mixed reference and click OK. Now notice it has 2. So that means I'm going to have 3 minus 2 should give me that first one, 1, all the way through 21. Now I want to do a count of how many rows we have. So up here in F1, I'm going to use the plural version of that same one. So I'll go lookup and rows for the array. I can just select the ones below here. F3 to F23. I see I have 21 here. When I click OK, I'm rewarded with 21 up here in F1. I can look down my records. Again, 21. Looks like we're matched. We're in good shape. So next we're going to do a sort. So I'm going to click in K3. Now again, let's look at our header. So it's store number. So I don't need to start with record. So store number, city, state, week ending, and gross sales. So that means I'm only looking at this criteria here. So again, clicking in K3, we're going to go to the lookup. On this one, we're going to come down until we find sort. What's my array? Well, it's going to be from store number. So B3 down to F23 tab. This one indicates what column do we want to sort. And we want to sort this one by city. So city is going to be 2 because that's our second column. Because remember, we started with the store number. So we'll do city and let's click OK. And I can see that here's city and then city and then city. But notice my state. I have Iowa here. I have Iowa down here. Looks like I have some South Dakota. So I want to put them all together. I want to put the cities, we'll sort it by city, and then I want to sort it by state. So just up in our formula bar, let's click right in front of the S, but after the equal, so right in between there, and we're going to do another sort. So I'm going to go SORT, open my parenthesis. Now I want to click in this sort. Now watch what happens if I go F of X. If I click on this one, the second sort, I can see what's in here, but if I click on the first sort, makes that one the active sort. And let's see, what do I want to do here? I want to sort next by state. So if I look, that's 1, 2, 3. That's in the third column. So I'll say sort by 3 and click OK. All my cities are sorted and my states. So all my states are now together. Let's do a quick filter. So over here under state, I'm in Q3. Let's type in NE. And in R3, we're going to type SD. So we're making a criteria. We have state, pick 2 different states for our criteria. So now we're going to go down to Q7. We're going to filter. So we'll go to a lookups. We're going to come down till we find filter. What's my array. Well, my array is going to be right here from Q3 down to O23. Now I'm going to talk about this criteria. So I'm going to go state. So it's either going to go NE or SD. So I'm going to say, okay, let's open a parenthesis and go M3 because we're going state. So we're going to go M3 down to M23. And we're going to say that equals our Q3. I'll close the parenthesis. Now I'm going to add that plus sign. This is an OR. So plus, open my parenthesis. I'm going to select the same range again. So state M3 through M23. This one equals R3. That's our South Dakota. Close the parenthesis. Click OK. Now we can see we have NE and SDs here. I like it. Looks good. Let's change it up, see what happens. So in the first one, let's type OK, tab. Notice that because I don't have any Oklahoma here, it went away, but I still have South Dakota. So let's change that to Kansas, KS. KS. Hit enter. Now I have this number calc exclamation. All that means is that the array does not contain any of the records that I was looking for. So let's tell somebody that. So I'm going to click in this function here. I'm going to click on the f of x. Here's my array. Here's what I want to include, my two criteria. But if it's empty, which it is now, I want to say invalid criteria and click OK. Now I have this invalid criteria in my output range just because it's not in my list. So let's put it back in the list. Let's put this one in here as NE. And this one, let's go back to SD. And notice as soon as I hit enter, it populates them in. Notice I have a small d here, large D here. It's not case sensitive. All right, that looks good. Now we want to do the last little bit up here, and that is the number filtered rows of the top two sales. So I'll click in U1, and for this one we're going to go to the sequence. So that's under math and trig, and I'm going to come down here till I find sequence right here, and I want the top two rows. So I'm going to say 2. That's how many rows I want, and click enter. So I have 1 and 2 here. Up here in my formula bar, I'll click between the equal sign and the S, and let's type in large. Open parenthesis, because that's a new argument. Click on the word large and open up the f of x. So where we have the sequence 2, I'm going to cut it out of there. So I'm going to go Control X, and I'm going to drop it down in the K box, Control V. I just moved the location. I could do the same thing if I went up to my formula bar and just added a comma before the S. It would move it over, because remember, your commas are what separates all your arguments. Now for here, I want to pick an array. So I'm going to click in the array, and it's going to be over here in my gross sales. So I'm going to go from, looks like U7 down my column. I can go a little further. I think in the instructions I tell you to go to 23, just in case we sorted larger area. You could do that, or you could just grab whatever's there. In this case, either would work, and I'll click OK. And here are my 2 of my largest sales. Let's go ahead and make those accounting formats. So I'm going to highlight both. On my home tab, I'll say accounting with no decimal places. There we go. Click in A1, save the workbook. I'll see you on the next video.